What is going on, my good people? This is your man's and I'm thinking, oh, we are chilling here with Rocco. Rocco, say what's up to the good people. Yeah, so today we got 5 essential things that you absolutely need to advance your character in GTA. Right, this is going to be a quick video. A lot of information to take in, so I'm going to be talking pretty fast, right? So, listen, I'm going to say this before we even get started. The game is not nearly as difficult as it used to be. Back when I first started. I've been playing the game since, what, 2013, since it was on 360. We come over to Xbox One, grinding and getting rich and, you know, getting to that millionaire status was very difficult. There was a lot of cargo runs, a lot of, you know, motorcycle club runs. You got 15 drops per businesses, 5 businesses. You do the math. That's a lot. You know what I mean? It was doing a lot of grinding. Then we got the Pacific bank heist. A lot of steps, a lot of setups for a minimal payout. It was just not a good payout, you know, like $1 million. You were splitting like, I don't know, 1.5 or something. Now it's a whole lot easier. So you don't have to grind nearly as hard as we did, right? So don't be intimidated if you knew coming in the game, returning to the game, and you see guys like me that we got everything, and, you know, you're feeling like, hey, how am I going to be able to compete with these guys? Listen, you can get rich a lot faster than we did. Only thing we have up on you is we probably got Mark II weapons and we got experience, right? But you can get that. You can still make it happen, right? So don't be intimidated by, you know, veterans in the game. You can still make it happen. You can come in here and be at rank 16, rank 20, and still make it happen, right? So listen, first things first, honorable mention. If you brand spanking new at the game, returning to the game, and you know, maybe you haven't played much, my advice is always start with a starter pack. You want to get a starter pack first. I can't show you exactly what will be in the starter pack with Rocco here, but simply because, I mean, he's got everything and he's, you know, he's like almost ranked 300. So I can't show you what would be in the starter pack. I don't believe it's going to show up if I go to. Oh, actually, it will show up. Never mind. I can show you. So here we go. Criminal Enterprise starter pack. This is going to show you everything that will be in the starter pack, right? So you get this Maze Bank, West, Bunker, right? Motorcycle Club Business. This is counted for cash, one of the higher payouts for the motorcycle club businesses. This is a little cheap apartment you get. And this is a 10-car garage you get. That's up there by the airport. All right, that's your properties, vehicles. The only one in here that I say is relevant would be the Turismo. You do have this Dune buggy that can drop proximity mines. That could be helpful, but I don't really use that car. Turismo, you see all these other vehicles that you have. Weapons. For weapons, you're going to have this marksman's rifle. This is like a rapid fire sniper. Definitely useful. But the most important thing for starter packs for new guys coming in is you're going to want this compact grenade launcher, right? That's going to make things a whole lot easier for you. The reason I say that is, hold on, let's go right here. You will not have one of these RPGs, right? You know, I don't think you can get an RPG till you like rank 100 or something like that. So, and a lot of these guns are expensive. Now, if you get a starter pack, let's say you decide to go with a starter pack and you got yourself a shark card or something. You got a little money to spend. What gun should you get? Next honorable mention is going to be this guy right here. This is called a Special Carbine Mark II. Mine's is Mark II. So it's actually called a Special Carbine, but mine's is called Mark II because I Mark II'd it. You can do that with the weapons bench. You can upgrade it to Mark II with the weapons bench, right? And that's what I have here. You can do that with the Avenger, Mobile Operations Center. I think you can do it in a terabyte as well. Obviously, you can clearly do that in the bunker, right? But you have a bunker. A bunker is going to come with your starter pack. You do have to upgrade the bunker though, right? So there's that. Listen, with all of that said, this Special Carbine rifle is an honorable mention because this is the best rifle in the game, hands down. This is the best rifle in the game. Another rifle that I like to use is this one. This is a military rifle. This is what I use on NPCs. I use this one because I typically use this one on the KO heist. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. So with all of that said, the last thing I'm going to show you as far as an honorable mention is going to be this helmet that he's wearing. Hold right on the D-pad. Go to your interaction menu, style, accessories. Go down and select the helmet. And you see it says activate or deactivate. Down on the bottom of the screen, click on that. That activates it. And you see I'm inside of a house. Well, this is Franklin's house actually, but anywhere you go inside, no, it doesn't matter where you are, you can use this thermal vision. Thermal vision is cool because I'm gonna show you this. This rifle I have has thermal vision, right? But the cool thing is this gives you thermal vision with all your guns, right? So again, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be intimidated by some of the veteran players. They're gonna have some stuff that you won't have, but this is something that you can get early in the game. You can go ahead and grab this, and it'll definitely give you give you an advantage, right? So there's that. Listen, with all of that said, let's shoot straight into this list. We are 5 minutes into this video. Let's just get it cracking, right? So number 1 on the list. It's gonna be this right here, right? How do you say that? Kosatka. This is the Submarine, right? Submarine is gonna cost you about 2.2 million. We're gonna click on this. Number 1 is the Submarine. Second thing is gonna be this Sparrow. Sparrow is gonna make it a whole lot easier for you when you're doing your heist prep. If you haven't guessed by now, the reason you're getting that Submarine is to do a heist. The heist that I'm referring to, everybody knows, is the KO heist. You can do it solo dolo, walk out of there 1.5 million. By yourself with a crew, you can walk out of there with about 5 million. Right, so this is the first thing you want to get. My advice: this is the first thing you want to get. Is this, right? If you're doing it with a shark card, that's gonna be 50 bucks. It's gonna give you 3.5 million. The first thing I would get is this. If you decide to go not get a starter pack, if you're just doing it, if you're just gonna just do it, you know, butt naked with nothing. If you're just gonna start from scratch with absolutely nothing, you need to get to $2.2 million somehow, and you want to get this this Submarine. That should be the first thing you buy. Don't buy a supercar. Get this Submarine. This Submarine is going to pay you back, get you the money back fast, right? 1.5 million solo dolo. It's going to be a little bit difficult with you doing your prep work. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. Your heist prep work is going to be a little bit more challenging without the Sparrow, but you can still get it done. You know, you can grab a helicopter from, you know, I don't know, from a helipad somewhere, and maybe that'll help you out. You know, flying, it just makes it a whole lot easier. But by whatever means, you can get it done as long as you have this Submarine first, right? So number 1 on the list is Submarine. Number 2 on the list is going to be the Sparrow that comes with the Submarine. The Sparrow, I think, costs 1.8 or 1.5, something like that. So that's 1 and 2. Number 3 on the list is going to be the Agency. The Agency that I decided to go with is right here, right in the center of the map. This one will cost you $2 million. With the Agency, you want to get yourself an armory, and you're going to get yourself a mechanic shop. With the armory and a mechanic shop, the mechanic shop is going to give you the ability to put a anti-missile lock, a missile jammer on there, right? And that's for, you know, your OP Mark II grievers and all of that. And then you can also put a remote control on the vehicle. Now, I have the Dubachi Champion. You guys have seen that car in action already. I had the Patriot. I'm not a big fan of the Patriot. I think it's a big, bulky car. It's supposed to be I would imagine that the car could just hammer people out the way, but it doesn't. I mean, I've literally shoved that car around with a supercar, which is crazy. It's supposed to be a Hummer. You're supposed to be just plowing through stuff. I'm not a fan of the Patriot at all, but I think the best car in the game as far as the new DLC is going to be the Dubachi Champion. That one that costs you 2.9 million. If you get the trade prices down to like 2.2 or something like that, right? So I use the Dubachi Champion. I did have a Patriot. I got rid of it. I just felt like it was a waste. Very disappointed in that. The Night Shark is just better. You know, I would just stick with the Night Shark. If you got 1 point something to spin on a, you know, a heavy vehicle, just go with the Night Shark, man. Just go with the Night Shark. Listen, the armor on the Night Shark is way better. It could take like OP Mark II can't even blow up a Night Shark. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna have to go reload before he can blow that thing up, right? So it's almost the same thing as having a you know, anti-missile lock, because he can't do nothing with it anyway. And the cool thing about the Night Shark is it doesn't show up on the screen as an armored, weaponized vehicle. It just looks like a regular car on the screen. So when they pull up on you, they won't even know that, oh, he's in a Night Shark. Ain't nothing. He can't do nothing about it. So that's very useful, right? But all of that is going to come with the Agency. Now, the Agency, again, we talked about the mechanic shop, the armory with the Agency is going to give you the ability to go ahead and get yourself some armor before you head out. It's going to unlock certain weapons like this right here. This is a compact EMP launcher. I'm a big fan of this. I've used this on OP Mark IIs. I've used it on people, on a guy on a Patriot. I've used it on several people. This thing is great. It'll stop the car, just start firing at them. They don't people don't expect the car to just stop working. You know what I mean? Even especially like with the guys in the Patriots, they'll pull up and back up so they can just shoot backwards at you, and they got a, you know, they're fully armored. You can't do nothing about it. So when you hit that, when you hit him with an EMP, he can't run. You know, he's stuck. So you can run right to the front of the car and just take him, shoot him through the window. So I've done that several times with the EMP. Another gun that you will get with the armory is this guy right here, the stun gun. Stun gun is pretty cool. I don't like the cooldown period between each shot. It's just, I feel like it takes too long. Right? Look at the cooldown. See how long it takes for another round to load. I just feel like that takes too long. I'm not happy with that. But all of that aside, that's your armory. We talked about the mechanic shop. Armory is going to cost you $800,000. I think the mechanic shop might be $500,000. I'm not sure, but you'll see it once you click on the agency that you want to pick. Now, when it comes to selecting your agency, my advice: go for the one that is 2.0. That's the one that I got. I just showed you in the middle of the map. That's the better one. You're only paying for a location, and it's for when it comes to picking your agency. I would rather spend, instead of paying an extra $800,000 to get the one that's over there by the casino. I already have a penthouse over there. Why do I need two major properties right next to each other? So I just decided to go with this one in the middle of the map. It's 2.0, and spend the money on your upgrades. That's what I did. Why not just spend the money on your upgrades? It just makes more sense to me, right? So that's the agency. The other benefits of having the agency is right now well, I'm not going to say right now. I think this is something that they have permanently in the game. The more contracts you do, whether it's, you know, security contracts with Dr. Dre, your safe, your wall safe in the agency will accumulate more money. I think that one caps out at about $250,000, but you have to do about 500 contracts to get there. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a money-making guide that's going to include those, you know, those contract jobs, so you can get to that 500 real quick. I mean, it's going to take a while, but listen, $250,000 for nothing, just accumulating passive income on top of having an arcade that's going to get me to about what I think 100,000. Then my nightclubs is 75,000. This is stuff that's just accumulating without me doing anything. Right? It's just going to eliminate the need to do client jobs and VIP work, because instead of me riding around trying to, you know, run with the gold and run with the diamond and dodging people trying to steal it for $20,000, $30,000. Why my agency's got $250K just sitting there. I don't have to do client jobs anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's my advice. My advice is to start focusing on, again, the businesses that's going to create passive income for you. So you're not doing these little, you know, jobs. You could be spending that time doing your prep work for your heist and getting to the bag for real. You know what I'm saying? So that's my advice on that. But anyway, agency. 500 gets you 250K, and each, you know, contract's going to pay you out roughly what, 30,000 to 50,000, maybe 90. I did a couple that was about, I mean, yeah, I did a couple of them that was about I don't know, 134,000 is the highest I've seen so far as contracts. So yeah, you want to keep that in mind. Agency. What else with the agency? Yeah, the contracts pay out. You get money from that. Also, with Dr. Dre, you're getting $1 million for completing, you know, helping Dr. Dre find his phones and the copies and all that stuff. You get $1 million and you can redo that. So, you know, it's, you know, working out the agency, definitely beneficial. I'm going to say this real quick before we move on to the next thing in the list. One cool thing that I noticed with Rockstar is they have I like to call it a hidden language in their DLC. Most of the time, like when I first got my starter pack, you'll notice that the businesses that they give you, they're all in line, right? So my CEO office is right next to my CEO warehouse, and then straight down there is not too far from that is my nightclub. My bunker that they gave me was right along that same street, right along that major highway, right next to the shore there. Everything is going straight up and down that line. So when I first started grinding in this game, I noticed that I was always on that road, because running my cargo, I was coming up and down that road. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Rockstar gave me those businesses in my starter pack, and everything fell in line like that. So what I'm saying is sometimes you can kind of get what Rockstar is telling you, hey, how to get to the bag faster. There's like a coded language. And with this, I'm trying to figure out, okay, why are they putting so much focus on the agency? So that's the reason why I decided to include the agency in my new grind, because Well, if they're going to give me 250K out of the agency, I can make $1 million that cannot be disrupted, right? I'm going to work the agency because I can get 300,000 out of 5 different motorcycle clubs, but I got to make 15 drops with each one of those businesses. The cargo can get ruined. I got to wait for the cargo to cook up in the businesses, right? I got to wait for all that stuff to be ready to be sold. Then I run into a griever that destroys all the cargo. You've waited for how many days for that stuff to build up? That's $1 million just gone because somebody destroyed all your cargo. So you understand what I'm saying? With this, with the agency, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Nobody can stop you from making that $1 million from Dr. Dre. You see what I'm saying? It's not cargo. There's nothing for them to destroy. So I think that the agency really is like fixing GTA for regular gamers like me that have to, you get annoyed because you're dealing with grievers that's trying to blow up cargo and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about that anymore with the new agency. So it's just dope, So I definitely include the agency. The agency is absolutely number 3 on the list, absolutely necessary to have. So that's enough about the agency. Number 4 on the list is going to be the terabyte. And with the terabyte, of course, terabyte is I think 1.3 mil. And again, I bought this a long time ago. So right now you just see renovations for 40,000. That's just changing the paint or something. But yeah, I think it's 1.3 if I'm not mistaken. We go down to this guy right here. The vehicle that everybody loves to hate. The OP Mark II. Costs you about 2.9. And once you put the rockets on it, I think that's an extra 300,000 or something like that. The upgrades and all of that. You're probably at about 3.5 or 4, maybe right in that ballpark with the OP Mark II. So you're going to spend a lot of money on that thing. But as much as we all love to hate the OP Mark II, it is absolutely the most essential tool in the game. You have to have the OP Mark II, man. You have to get to that point. Now, my advice, don't come in and just buy a shark card and go straight for the OP Mark II. I think that would be crazy. You should get the Submarine first because you're going to get money back from the Submarine. Submarine is going to pay you way faster than the OP Mark II will pay you by being useful and agile in collecting cargo or whatever jobs you're doing. Yes, it's absolutely beneficial to have the OP Mark II, but the Submarine is absolutely number 1 on the list, right? But yeah, you do the OP Mark II is in there as well. I saved it for number 4 because it gets a little bit more expensive when you start talking OP Mark II. OP Mark II, you're looking at about 5 mil altogether, roughly about 5 mil, if not a little bit more, because you got to pay for the terabyte and the OP Mark II. So yeah, you're looking at about roughly 5 mil, 5.5, somewhere around there for the OP Mark II. So that's going to be a lot of money. But you could get that in like 2 heists if you guys walk out of there with 5 mil both times. You see what I'm saying? So, and you can get that 5 mil again through the Submarine. So that's why Submarine again is number 1. So, but number 4 on the list is the OP Mark II and the terabyte. Number 5 on the list is the arcade. The arcade. Let me just pull these up. Where's my arcade is right here. This is mine. This location I chose the La Mesa location because it's right next to the casino. I do still run a casino heist every now and then, but the main reason why I'm saying get the arcade is because you're gonna be able to generate passive income in the arcade. I think mine's tops out at like 80,000 or something like that. But that's dependent on how well your arcade is actually doing as far as how many video games you put in there. So you gotta invest in the arcade in order to get more money out of it. And investing can get expensive. Some of those games cost like 300,000. Some I think even $400,000. But the better games you put in there, the more people you bring in, the more money you make. Basically, is the idea with the arcade, right? Under the arcade, of course, that's where you run your casino heist. I like the arcade. I put the arcade on the list. The reason why I put the arcade on the list is because of the control station in there. There's a control station in there where you can go in there and pay for all your resupplies. You can monitor what's happening in your nightclub, monitor what's happening in your bunker, your motorcycle club businesses. Even though I don't work them anymore, I can still see how much money is in there. Your cargo warehouse and your import-export vehicles. My import-export vehicles are like all maxed out. I got like $2 million in cars in there. I just need to sell them. But I've been working the KO heist, so I've been making so much money doing that. I haven't even worked cargo. I haven't even been to that garage. You know, them cars have just been sitting. So I just making so much money off the KO heist. You can see right now, I just spent $5 million like a couple of days ago, and I'm already back at $7 million. Like, I make so much money with this heist. So it's very easy, very easy. So you new guys coming in the game, no excuses, man. You can really make it happen. You can. I'm telling you, it's just so much easier to get money in this game now. It's ridiculous, and they really annihilated any reason to use any hacked money in the game anymore, because it's just so easy to get money now. I mean, money. Got a lot of passive income going around. It's just easy now. But you do have to have these businesses in order to get to the point where you got passive income coming in. For me, passive income, I'm probably at, so I'm 1.1 million with the nightclub in passive. I'm not have to do nothing for that money. It's just growing. All because I got my nightclub is fully upgraded. So I'm at about 1.1 million with that. Let's see, my bunker, I just pay for the resupplies for that. So that's not necessarily passive because I'm putting money out for that. So 1.1 million there. It's about 80,000 with my arcade. Nightclub is about 75,000, and my agency right now is probably about 100,000. So you do the math. This is a lot of money that's coming in while I'm doing prep work for heist, and I'm bringing in, you know, $1 million here, another $1 million there. Just, yeah, money flying everywhere. So listen, that's going to conclude this video. Rocco killed himself right on time. If you didn't know where I was at just now, that was inside of Franklin's house. It's pretty cool. It's an old glitch from 360. You can get in there. They never patched it because I guess it really doesn't do anything. Doesn't hurt anything. So, but anyway, listen. Thanks for watching. That was my top 5. Hopefully it's helpful to you guys. Hey, I mean, get in there, grind it out. No excuses. No excuses anymore. And I'm going to say this. This is GTA. This is not Black Ops. No complaining. If somebody hits you with an RPG, runs you over with a car, blows you up, hits you with a remote control car, stop crying. It's GTA. This is not Black Ops. Yes, they can sneak up on you. They can hit you with a bandito. They can hit you with a remote control tank. It can happen. It's GTA, guys. Not Black Ops. No more crying. Let's play the game. We out of here. Peace.